Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video I'll be sharing a game with you and I'll be sharing some of my ideas with you as the game continues or as I show you the game. Basically, one of the ways to improve in chess is always try and review your games. After you play a chess game, try and look at it again so you can learn from your mistakes, right? So that's one of the ways to improve in chess. If you keep doing it, in no distant time, you'll be a very good chess player. Okay, let's jump right into the game. I start with e4. My opponent plays g6, preparing to put his bishop on g7. I believe he's trying to play the modern defense. Okay, I bring out my knight. One of the rules of chess: bring out your knight, you bring out your bishop, and you try and castle as fast as possible. Okay, my opponent puts the bishop where he intended it for. I push my d4 pawn. That's my queen's pawn. I push it forward. My opponent pushes his own pawn forward too, making way for his light squared bishop. You can see he has opened a way for his light squared bishop. Now his two bishops are activated. Okay, I bring out my dark squared bishop, just trying to protect that pawn because I am anticipating that he's going to bring out his bishop and attack my knight. So I'm bringing out my own bishop to protect my pawn on d4, just in case he attacks my knight on f3, right? Okay, so that's this knight here. This knight I'm touching, yeah. That's the knight. I'm anticipating that this white square bishop would come out to attack the knight. So I'm putting this my dark squared bishop here so that I can still protect the pawn in case he attacks my knight. Okay, now he attacks my pawn on e4, right? I protect it immediately with my white squared bishop, and at the same time I'm also creating way for myself to castle. In this game I'm playing as white, yeah, for contextual purposes I'm playing as white. So now I've protected my pawn, and I've also made way for my king and rook to castle. Okay, so and now he goes ahead, he does it. He puts his bishop on g4, attacking my knight, right? Now my knight is pinned. I can't move the knight away because if I move the knight away, I simply lose my queen. Can you see? If I move the knight anywhere, I simply lose my queen, right? So I can't move my knight away. My knight has to stay here. But now, I can decide to either castle or I can decide to chase the knight, right? So after thinking for some time, I decided that I'll chase the knight. So I pushed the pawn to chase the knight, and he captured immediately. Now, the reason why he captured immediately is if he had gone back, he would have lost his bishop because I'll play this move. And now, his bishop has no choice. His bishop has to capture. And now I capture back and he captures back with the knight. So he would, in essence, lose a bishop for 2 pawns, which is not really advisable. Although in some positions it is advisable. But generally speaking, you don't want to lose your officers, especially your bishops, for a pawn, right? So he saw that. I believe he thought ahead and he saw that, and he decided that instead of losing my bishop, I just captured the knight, and I immediately recaptured back. Okay, the game continues. He's bringing out his knight. Now this knight is protecting his other knight. Now this other knight has like triple protection. This knight is protecting it, this bishop is protecting it, and this pawn is protecting it. Okay, I castle immediately so that I can begin to attack. Castling is very important. Don't start attacking until you've castled. Otherwise, most of the time you might run into troubles, So, except you're a grandmaster. Grandmasters have a way of breaking the rules of chess. Should I say that? Okay, the game continues. Now he pushes his pawn to e5, attacking my own pawn on d4. This is e5. This is his e5 pawn attacking my pawn on what? d4. So I don't capture. One of the practices I'm trying to incorporate in my chess is most of the time I try not to capture immediately. I try to instead allow my opponent to do the capturing, except I'm capturing with a tactic or with an idea. But most of the time, I let my opponent do the capturing. I instead just continue to develop my pieces, right? So I develop my knight and just allow him. I know he's going to take the pawn, but when he takes the pawn, my bishop is there to take back the pawn on d4. Okay, he pushes his b6 pawn. I think the idea of him pushing his b6 pawn is so that he can also push this his pawn on c7, probably push it forward here, and just attack this my center pawn. You know, in chess, most of the time you try to fight for the center. The person that controls the center most of the time controls the game, because from the center your pieces can attack more places. Okay, let's go back one move. So I pin his knight to I pin this his knight to his queen. You know, at least that was what was in my mind. In my mind, I was like, yes, I'm pinning his knight to his queen, stopping that knight from moving, and you know, trying to see what I can, if I can bring out any tactics. If he makes a mistake of removing the queen and removing the, say this is knight, then I might be able to capture it. Let's say he makes the mistake of probably going, say, here, and probably in my next move I just play any casual move. Probably I just bring this my rook here, and then he does this move, say here. I have this move of taking this knight, and when he takes back, I take back with my queen, right? And now I'm much more better because I've won the knight. It was an exchange, but I won the knights up. So that was the idea behind putting my white square bishop on g5. So my dark square bishop on g5. Okay, so I put it there. He castles immediately. You see, castling is very important. I push that pawn, trying to reprotect this my d4 pawn, just in case. You know, now my bishop is no longer there, right? My bishop is no longer protecting the pawn, so it's wise that my my c pawn is protecting my d pawn. That's this pawn here. Okay, he immediately kicks out the bishop. He does not like the pin. I bring the bishop back. Although another idea was bringing the bishop here, but most likely he would do this and I'll have to come back. And I did not really like the idea of my bishop staying on this place. I felt my dark square bishop was almost useless here because my bishop was not really attacking anything. So I felt bringing the bishop back was much better. Okay, I brought the bishop back. Now he pushes that pawn that he always intended to push, trying to fight for the center. I just bring my rook. I ignore it because calculating ahead, yeah, that's one thing about chess. You have to calculate ahead, very important. I calculated ahead and I realized that no matter what happens here, I have enough pieces to capture back without losing a piece, right? Okay, so he captures, I capture back. He puts his rook there. You know, rooks move horizontally and vertically. So I believe he wanted his rook to control this whole horizontal file, right? So that's the reason why he's putting his rook here. So now his rook is controlling this whole horizontal file. Okay, I put my knight here with the idea of, this knight is here with the idea of, if he makes any other move, I can probably bring my knight to this. I can bring my knight to capture this pawn on d6. You know, let's say he makes a move like this, my knight can always capture this, and this is a fork. I'm forking these two rooks, right? So that was the idea behind that knight move. But I believe he saw it because he played his queen, put his queen on e7. Probably I don't really know, but most of the time I will not encourage playing this move, especially when a rook is at the back. You know, because anything can happen and your queen might just your queen might just be trapped. Okay. I also put my rook here, you know, trying to also contest this long diagonal with his own rook, and also trying to protect my knight just in case this bishop leaves here, because anything might happen to this white square bishop and the bishop might be forced to leave. He takes, I capture back. He attacks my queen with his knight, and Since he's attacking my queen with his knight, I might have allowed his knight stay. I might have just simply probably brought my queen back or something. But personally, I don't like knights being too close in my territory, because knights movements are usually very confusing, right? And they can easily maneuver their way and capture pieces. Knights are very, very confusing, their movements. And also, I wanted to keep my bishop pair. That's my light square bishop and my dark square bishop. So these two bishops, they are more stronger when they are both alive. But when one is dead, their potency reduces. So I immediately captured back the knights. He captured back with the pawn. I can't capture back, right? Because if I capture back, his queen takes my bishop. So I have to bring my bishop back. And he pushes a pawn. Probably he's making way now for his own bishop to come out, right? He's making way for his bishop to come to this h6 square, probably to attack my rook here. Sorry about that. Probably to attack my rook that is here. Okay. I push this pawn up with the idea of putting my bishop here. Let's say he plays a random move like say he plays a random move like probably this. Then I'll have this move. Now I've pinned his queen. I've pinned his queen to his rook. So most likely he would step out of the way, and now I can capture the rook. So that's the idea behind that move. So yeah, I push the pawn forward. I push this pawn forward. That's my a pawn. I push it to a3. Now he plays that move that he has always had in his mind, right? To attack my rook. Now here I missed a move I should have played. I should have gone ahead with my move of attacking the queen, right? But I think I was seeing ghosts. There's something in chess we call seeing ghosts, seeing things that are not really happening, or I was over calculating and I was like, nah, I don't want to lose my rook, you know. So the fear of losing my rook made me not quickly pin his queen to his rook, and I moved my rook out of the way, and then he moved his knight here. Now I can't make that bishop move. I can't make this bishop move, because once I make it thinking I'm pinning him, he just puts his knight here, and I am no longer pinning him. Can you see? So now I can't make that pin any longer. I think he saw it. That's why he retracted his knight backward. Okay. So he brought his knight back, and I don't know why I made this bishop move actually. Probably I made the move to open my rooks, because this my rook was blocked. You see, my rook was blocked. This rook here was blocked. So I believe I made the move to, at least if he makes a mistake of removing his queen, say he puts his queen here, I can easily capture this knight. And even if he captures back my queen, I just take back, right? But I've won a knight. So that was the idea behind that move. Just making road for my rooks, because my rook was basically useless here with this bishop here. My rook was not attacking anything, right? Probably a better move might have been this. I don't really know. Well, yeah, I brought the bishop back. He put his pawn forward. I don't really support this move, because now he has opened up his king for a check from here. Although the check does not really do much, but it's good to always keep your king protected, because anything can happen. So he opened up there. I put this queen here with the idea of capturing this pawn, but I guess he saw it and he pushed his king forward. Now we just continue to go back and forth. I bring my queen here with the plan of taking this as knight. Now you notice a rook and a queen is attacking the knights, right? So the plan of taking his knight. If he plays any random move like say this, I can do this and he's forced to capture back, and then I win the knight. We exchange queens and I win the knight, right? So I played this. I guess he saw it and he quickly moved his knight out, and I like the move he made. He did not just play a defensive move. He could have played something like this, probably just defending knight, but he played an attacking move, which is knight out. So this move now removes the knight from danger and also attacks my queen. Can you see? Now I can't go here to exchange, because he will just simply capture back with the knight. Remember, the knight can move forward and backward. So yeah, attacking the now he attacks my queen. I have to move my queen out of the way. Then he puts his bishop here, probably to just protect the pawn. I don't really know the idea behind that move. And I put my rook up. In my mind, I'm trying to double my rooks. I'm trying to put my 2 rooks on the same file. Let's say he plays something like, let's just say he plays a random move trying to come and attack my queen here. And I play this, and probably he plays something tells him to move his knights out of the way. Probably, let's see, a move like this. I now have this move. And now if he takes, I can take back. You see that his queen now is pinned to the, his queen is pinned to his king. Remember, this king is here. He can't do anything because the king is important. So it is a pin. So that was the idea behind trying to double the rooks, right? So I put this rook here, and immediately he sees the idea, and he comes to exchange the rooks. I still go ahead with doubling, and here he pushes his pawn forward, his a pawn forward, making sure that in the future I'm unable to do this bishop pin in the future. Now I cannot come here for any bishop pin because this pawn immediately takes my bishop. Okay, so now I just put my light square bishop, just let it protect my rook nonetheless, and let it also prevent this knight from coming here, basically. I don't know what the knights might be capable of doing, but I don't actually want the knights too close to my territory. And also this bishop here, anytime that this rook leaves, this bishop controls this fine diagonal, so anything could also happen. So let the bishop just be here controlling that white square. Okay, he moves his queen. I don't really know the reason why. Okay, probably just to defend the rook. That's why he moved his queen, probably to just reinforce his rook. Then I see this idea of pushing my pawn. I just felt like let me just break this tension here, So I push this pawn. I guess he did not calculate well. Still on the idea of calculating very well. He didn't calculate well, and he took his knight back, basically. Probably he felt his knight was under attack. I captured the pawn. He captures back. I captured the queen. I captured the pawn, rather. Now, after capturing this pawn, you see that I have a pin. He can't capture my knight. He can't capture my bishop, rather, because now my rook can capture him. So I guess he did not anticipate that move, right? He didn't anticipate the move here. So after this capture, now the queen is pinned to the rook, which was one of the ideas I had initially, always pinning that queen to the rook. And he has no choice. He will not want to lose his queen, so the queen has to step aside. So immediately he steps aside with the queen, attacking my bishop simultaneously. Now he has removed his queen, but instead of just removing the queen, now the queen is attacking this my bishop, this my light square bishop, right? But now I have another good move to protect the bishop. I play this move. Now this move both protects my bishop because now he can't take because my queen will capture, and the move also attacks his queen. You can see that, right? So those are some of the things too to bear in mind. Play moves, play attacking moves. Don't just play defensive move. I could have easily played something like say just a normal move. Probably I could have just probably tried to run away or something, or probably I could have just played this defending my bishop, which is not good enough because he could still come here now attacking both the bishop and the rook. And if I don't play a very good move on my next move, the rook is going to fall. Say I move my bishop away, he captures my rook with check, right? So I have to find the best move, which is what? Bishop to b3, attacking the queen and at the same time protecting the rook. Now he has to, okay, he didn't run away actually. He also played a knight move, attacking my own queen. So now both of us are attacking each other's queens simultaneously. Very interesting. Now there's something you should watch out for. I believe when he made the move, he didn't calculate that when he takes, when we do the exchange, I would be an officer up, because see the moves that follow now. Now I capture the queen, right, with my bishop. He captures my own queen with his knight, but now I can capture back. And that was what I thought ahead. Because when he made the move, I was like, should I move my queen? Should I move my queen? And I was like, no need. I'll allow him to capture. Because by the time I capture his queen, my bishop that I used to capture his queen is still alive. But the knight that he used in capturing my queen is going to be killed. And now his knight was killed. So now I'm an officer up. I have 2 rooks and 2 bishops, while he has 2 rooks and 1 bishop, right? And from an officer up, the next thing you should do is what? You simplify. You just exchange all the pieces and try and win the game. Because when there are less pieces on the board, it is much more easier to win. So he exchanged. I immediately accept the exchange. He brings his rook attacking my bishop. I still attack his king, not going into defensive mode. I still try and attack. So it will make him a bit confused, right? He moves his king out of the way. I move my bishop out of the way. He brings his rook down for check. Before he brought his rook down, I had anticipated that there was no checkmate coming around this area with his rook. Even though his bishop is controlling this diagonal, I had anticipated that nothing much is going to happen. So I allowed him, If I felt that something might have happened, I might have tried thinking of a way to say, probably I will have put my bishop here so that his rook will not be able to come here and do anything, but I anticipated that nothing much was happening there. So I just removed my bishop out of the way. He brought his rook down for a check, took my king up. He's bringing his king closer, probably the ideas of checkmating me. I quickly bring down my rook just in case there's a checkmating idea that I can't really see. He attacks my bishop. I attack his rook simultaneously. See, I'm playing attacking moves, right? Okay, he moves away. Now we are low on time. I still attack his rook. Now we are both low on time. Our time has gone much and we are trying to play very fast. He still attacks the bishop. I remove the bishop out of the way. You see my 2 bishops are being protected by pawns, right? So now he attacks the pawn that is protecting my bishop. I capture back immediately. He captures back, and I still attack the rook. He attacks it. I missed this move. I missed the idea of checking him here, and when he goes here, capturing the rook, right? I missed that idea. I guess we're both low on time, so we're both rushing. So I quickly removed my bishop out of the way. I did not want him to capture the bishop because remember that bishop here is very important. And then he made a blunder. Can you see the blunder? If you can find the blunder, you can pause the video and try and find the blunder that he just made that makes him lose the game completely. Yeah. Okay. The blunder is putting his rook on the same diagonal with his king. So now I have this bishop move. And now with this bishop e7 move, he has no choice. He cannot remove his rook. His rook cannot move, right? Because this is my bishop. It's spinning it to his king. So he just plays something. Probably he unpins his king and I just capture the rook. And from here onward, it's a very simple thing. It's just to push this pawn. If I feel like, just push the pawn and change it to a queen and use it to terrorize him and checkmate him. So from there, it's already pretty straightforward. And that's how the game ended. I think he ran out of time or something. His king cannot cross over here. My rook is already holding this line. So his king can only keep dancing in all these places. His king will keep dancing here while I go and promote my pawns. After I promote it, I bring it back and checkmate him. So yeah, that's basically the review of this game. I'm sorry that it was very long. I hope it was worth your time. I'm going to divide this video into parts to make it much more easier to watch. Yeah. So basically, the themes you should have in mind are: 1, you should always think ahead. 2, you should always play attacking moves. Try your best to play attacking moves, or at least dual moves that serve 2 purposes. Yeah. So, goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.